All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking what is, honestly, one of the most incredible underdog stories in the modern tech world. We are talking about a true, real-life David versus Goliath scenario. Just imagine this, a middle-class kid from Chennai stepping straight into the arena to take on the absolute titans of the internet. We're talking trillion-dollar empires here. It honestly sounds like a movie script, but this is unfolding right now, in real time, in the world of AI. $20 billion. That is the staggering projected valuation for 2025. And it's being driven by 30 million searches every single day. But you know what the craziest part is? This entire company, Perplexity AI, was built by a student who, just a few short years ago, was sitting in a tiny hostel room pulling all-nighters coding. And get this, he didn't even really know what machine learning was at the time. He was just a regular guy using Google like the rest of us. So how on earth do you go from that to commanding a $20 billion tech disruptor?
Well, let's trace Aravind Srinivas's trajectory because it's fascinating. Back in 2015 at IIT Madras, while his friends were, just enjoying normal college life, Arvind became totally obsessed with making machines think. He entered a machine learning competition with literally almost zero preparation, and he won. That was the spark. Fast forward to 2017, he's at UC Berkeley grinding out a PhD in computer science. But look at 2018 and 2019. This is where the magic actually happens. He lands internships at the absolute forefront of AI research, OpenAI, Google Brain, DeepMind. And it was inside those walls that Aravind had this moment of ultimate clarity. He realized that the future of a perfect search wasn't just about giving people better links. It required highly advanced AI.
Section 1. The Search Engine Gap.
Picture this. It's November 2022, and ChatGPT launches, completely flipping the digital landscape overnight. But suddenly, this massive, glaring gap emerged in the market. On one side, you've got Google. It gives you a bunch of links, but you still have to do all the heavy lifting, the reading, the synthesizing. There are no conversational answers. Then, on the other side, you have the new kid on the block, ChatGPT. It speaks to you just like a human, but at launch, it lacked real-time information, and crucially, it didn't show verified sources, so users couldn't fully trust either platform for instant, reliable, cited research. There was this huge hole.
Aravind saw this gap, and he built Perplexity to fill it using three very distinct steps. First up, it fetches real-time data directly from the live internet. Second, it instantly generates these concise, highly accurate summaries. And third, and this is the absolute game changer, it displays credible, verified sources alongside every single insight. It was basically the perfect marriage of Google's real-time index and ChatGPT's conversational intelligence.
Section 2. The aggregator advantage.
Now here's the roadblock. Building a cutting-edge AI model from scratch takes billions of dollars in servers and computing power, money that Aravind definitely did not have. So what does he do? He makes this brilliant strategic pivot to an aggregator model. Instead of building his own from the ground up, Perplexity just plugs into the best existing models in the world, like OpenAI's GPT, Google's Gemini, and Meta's Llama, using APIs. This completely slashes their infrastructure costs. He's literally using the tech giant's own brains to compete against them. Plus, it totally eliminates dependency on any single company. If one model starts hallucinating, drops in quality, or gets hit with a legal claim, Perplexity can just unplug it and swap in a new one. It's a highly flexible, incredibly cost-effective weapon.
Section 3. Unprecedented rapid growth.
So armed with this unique model, Aravind and his three co-founders officially launched Perplexity in December 2022. Remember, this was his first ever startup, and he was stepping onto a battlefield already dominated by entrenched giants. Most people, they thought he didn't stand a chance. No way. But the market responded instantly. Just look at this metric, 1,000x growth in just a single year. At launch, they were seeing a modest 3,000 queries a day. In a matter of months, that number skyrocketed into the millions. It proved that users were absolutely craving a search experience that just gave them direct answers with reliable citations. And that kind of explosive traction, it doesn't go unnoticed for long. The jump to 30 million daily searches caught the attention of the absolute heaviest hitters in global tech. We are talking about NVIDIA, the world's largest chip maker, Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, SoftBank, one of the most aggressive tech investors out there. They all poured capital into Perplexity, fueling its valuation straight to that projected $20 billion mark.
Section 4. Why Giants Cannot Compete.
Which brings us to the real elephant in the room, right? You've got a $1 trillion Goliath and this rising David. So why hasn't Goliath simply crushed David? I mean, if Perplexity's model is so incredibly effective, why don't Google or OpenAI just copy the exact product, feature for feature? They've got the engineers, they've got the endless cash, so what is actually stopping them? Well, the answer lies in a classic business concept known as the innovator's dilemma.
Let's break down this strategic trap because it's fascinating. Look at Google. Their primary revenue source is advertising, and that relies entirely on you and me clicking through multiple links. If Google builds a Perplexity-style engine that just gives you the exact answer immediately, you stop clicking links, their ad impressions plummet, and their core revenue model collapses. Now look at OpenAI and Microsoft. They are generating billions by selling their AI models via APIs to other companies. If they launch a perfectly neutral aggregator interface that pulls from everyone's models, they end up competing directly with their own API customers. So their own massive revenues actually act as a strategic trap that prevents them from neutralizing Perplexity. It is honestly brilliant.
And that all brings us back to Arevant's ultimate vision. He said, and I quote, "The future is not about search engines, but AI answer engines where users understand, compare, and learn. It's a fundamental paradigm shift. And I think this story proves that extreme clarity of vision paired with really smart strategic execution can absolutely empower a middle-class boy from Chennai to successfully challenge the most entrenched, well-funded tech empires in human history."
So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with something to really chew on. We are watching the very core infrastructure of the internet be rewritten in real time. If sheer clarity of vision and strategic agility can allow a small startup to challenge a trillion-dollar giant in search, what established industry is sitting completely unaware, just waiting for AI to disrupt it next? Thanks for hanging out with me for this one, and keep questioning the world around you.